Hello, my friends. How are you today? My name is David, and I am so happy to be here with you. Welcome to the Speak English podcast, a place where you and I work together so you can speak English with confidence and comfort. You are here because you want to express yourself in English, you want to communicate, and you want to feel good when you speak. And I am here to help you do exactly that. In every episode, we learn in a simple and natural way. I speak slowly and clearly, so you can understand every single word. I pause. I repeat. I give you time to think and respond in your mind, or, even better, out loud. This is not just about learning English. It is about using English. Imagine this. You meet someone new, maybe at work, maybe at a cafe. Maybe you are traveling. You want to talk. You want to ask questions, answer questions, and have a friendly moment. But maybe you think, I don't know many words. I don't know English well enough. I understand this feeling. Many people believe they have to know hundreds or thousands of words before they can have a conversation. They think, if I make a mistake, people will not understand me. They will think my English is bad. And so, they stay silent. They wait for the right time, for the perfect level. And that time never comes. But here is the truth. And I want you to really hear me now. You do not need to wait. You do not need a mountain of vocabulary. You can start speaking today with just a few powerful phrases. Think of them like keys in your pocket, keys that you can take anywhere. Each key opens a different door in your daily conversations. And when you use them often, you become faster, more confident, and more relaxed. Today, we are talking about something very special. 5 English phrases you must know for daily conversation. I call them must-know because they work in many situations. They are short, simple, and, most importantly, they are ready for you to use right away. These are not complicated academic expressions. These are phrases real people use every day in real life. And here is the best part. If you focus on these phrases and you practice them often, you will already have the tools to start speaking with anyone. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but David, I understand English when I listen. The problem is, when I speak. I hear this all the time. Let me tell you why that happens. Listening and speaking are connected, but they are different skills. When you listen, your brain is receiving language. When you speak, your brain must produce language. Producing language under pressure in real time can feel very hard. But here is the secret. If you memorize a few useful phrases and practice them out loud every day, they become automatic. You don't have to build the sentence each time. It just comes out. That creates space in your mind to focus on the conversation and on the person you are talking to. I want you to think of it like this. When you drive a car, at first you have to think about every movement. Where to put your foot, how to change gears, when to turn the wheel. But after enough practice, you just do it without thinking. You can listen to music, look at the road, and enjoy the drive. Speaking English is exactly the same. In the beginning, every word feels like a big decision. Later, with the right practice, it becomes natural. And these 5 phrases we will explore in this lesson are like the first actions you take when you get in the car. Fast, simple, and necessary. Right now, I want you to make an important choice. Decide that you will participate in this lesson actively. That means you will listen carefully. You will repeat when I ask you to repeat, and you will imagine real situations where you can use the phrases. The more active you are, the more you will remember, and the more you will enjoy speaking in English. Also, I want you to make a small promise to yourself. For the next week, you will try to use at least one of these phrases in a real conversation every day. It could be with a friend who also studies English. It could be with a tourist in your city. It could be with someone online. The place doesn't matter. The key is to open your mouth and use the phrase. Only by speaking will you improve your speaking. Before we move forward, let me give you a little encouragement. Every single fluent English speaker you meet today, every one of them, once stood where you are standing now. They began with basic phrases. They made mistakes. They forgot words. They felt nervous. But they kept speaking. And the more they spoke, the better they became. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be. So, let's make this our little space for practice. You and I, here, now. No pressure, no fear. Just learning step by step. I will guide you. I will give you phrases. I will ask you to repeat them. I will give you time so your mouth and your brain can work together. And slowly, without stress, you will notice you can say more and more. And each time you use one of these phrases in a real conversation, you will feel a little victory. Before we start practicing the 5 phrases, I want to ask for your support. This podcast and channel grow because of listeners like you. When you support it, you help me create more lessons like this one. So right now, click the subscribe button and give this episode a like. This way, you stay connected, and I can keep giving you more practical and natural English to use every day. I want to start today by telling you something very important. Many learners believe a big myth about speaking English. This is one of the main reasons they feel stuck and lose motivation. The myth is this: you must know a lot of words and speak perfectly before you can have real conversations. This is false, completely false. Yet I see it hold people back all the time. They study. They memorize lists of vocabulary. They watch TV shows in English. They read books. They think, when I am ready, then I will speak. Oh, but that day never comes, because they keep waiting for a magical moment when everything will feel perfect. And friends, that moment is not real. Let me give you an image. Imagine you want to learn how to swim. You read books about swimming. You watch videos of Olympic swimmers. You even practice moving your arms in the air. But you never go in the water. When will you actually learn to swim? Never, because you only learn to swim by being in the water. Speaking English is the same. You can study and prepare for months, even years, but until you open your mouth and use the language, you will not improve your speaking skills. Now, I understand. Speaking in a foreign language can feel scary. Many people are afraid of making mistakes. They are worried about sounding silly or slow. You might worry people will not understand you. Or you might feel embarrassed when you can't find the right word. But here is the truth. Mistakes are not something to avoid. Mistakes are your teachers. Every time you make a mistake, you learn. You realize what works. You discover better ways to say something. And every error is a step forward, not back. Think about a baby learning to talk. A baby doesn't say full sentences correctly on the first try. They say simple sounds. They repeat the same words over and over. They use the wrong words sometimes, but they keep going because they are not afraid of looking foolish. They are focused on communicating, on sharing ideas, on connecting. And that is why they improve so quickly. You can do the same if you give yourself permission to speak imperfectly. I want you to shift your thinking. Instead of saying, I will speak when I am ready, I want you to say, I will speak so I can get ready. Speaking is not the result of learning. Speaking is part of the learning process. The sooner you start, the faster you grow. If you wait for perfection, you will wait forever. But if you take action today, even with simple words and phrases, you will already be a better speaker tomorrow. Another myth I hear is this: native speakers will judge me if my English is not perfect. The truth is, most people are happy when you try to speak their language. They respect the effort. They are not listening for perfect grammar or perfect pronunciation. They are listening to understand your meaning. And if they don't understand, they will usually ask you to repeat, and that is completely fine. In fact, interaction like that is normal, even between native speakers. People mishear things all the time. The difference is, native speakers don't feel bad when it happens, but learners often do. I want you to stop blaming yourself for every little misunderstanding. It's part of communication, not a sign of failure. You might also be telling yourself, I don't have enough time to practice speaking. Here's my answer. You don't need a huge block of time to improve. What you need is short, consistent practice every day. 5 minutes speaking out loud is better than nothing. 10 minutes is great. The most important thing is to make it regular, so your mouth and brain stay connected in English. It's like exercising a muscle. You don't become strong from one long workout. You become strong from many small, regular workouts over time. The same is true for speaking a language. Let's talk about confidence for a moment. Confidence does not appear magically. It is built, and the way you build it is by speaking often, in small steps. Every time you use English and survive, even if you make mistakes, your brain says, "I can do this." Little by little, you believe in your ability to talk with others. Confidence is like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but grows quickly if you keep pushing. I also want you to know this. You are not alone in your struggles. Every language learner in the world, including myself when I learned other languages, has felt shy, nervous, or stuck. I have stood in a shop, trying to buy something in a foreign language, afraid that my words would come out wrong. I have been in conversations where I understood only half of what people were saying. And do you know what I learned? The world did not end. People were patient. They smiled. Sometimes we laughed together when communication was funny or difficult. And in those moments, I improved the most. So I encourage you to embrace the difficult moments. Think of them as part of the adventure. When you travel or meet new people, the best stories often come from times when plans didn't work perfectly. Learning English is full of those moments. They might be awkward now, but later you will laugh and feel proud. By breaking this myth, the myth that you must be perfect before speaking, you give yourself permission to practice now. Practice with the phrases we will go through. Practice with the English you already have. Use what you know, and your knowledge will grow naturally. Remember, speaking is a skill, not a gift given at birth. And like any skill, it develops through use, not through waiting. If you are finding value in this lesson, and you feel motivated to practice with me step by step, make sure you click the subscribe button right now and give this episode a like so you can stay with me for more practical lessons. Okay, my friends, now it's time to get practical. This is where I want you to speak with me, out loud, wherever you are. Maybe you are in your kitchen making coffee. Maybe you are walking down the street. Maybe you are sitting on a bus with headphones. It doesn't matter. I want you to join in. Imagine we are sitting face to face at a small table. I speak, then I pause, and you repeat after me. We are practicing together, like two friends having a conversation. We are going to work with 5 very simple, powerful phrases you can use every single day in many different situations. These phrases are short, useful, and easy to remember. But they only become easy to use if you actually say them out loud. Listening is the first step. Speaking is the second and most important step. Let's start with the first phrase. How are you? Listen carefully. I'm saying it slowly now. How are you? Again. How are you? Now, you say it. Pause. Repeat it again. This is one of the most common ways to start a conversation. You can use it with a friend. You can use it with a stranger. You can use it in a shop, at work, at school, anywhere. And the answer can be very short. You don't need a long story. But by asking, how are you, you make the other person feel important and open the door for conversation. The second phrase is the answer. I'm fine, thank you. Let me say it slowly. I'm fine, thank you. Say it with me. Again, I'm fine, thank you. This shows good manners. It is polite. It works in formal and informal situations. Of course, there are many ways to answer, how are you? But this one is simple and safe for beginners. You can say it confidently without thinking too much. Third phrase, excuse me. Say it with me. Excuse me. Again. Excuse me. This phrase is magic for getting attention politely. You can say it when you want to ask a question in a shop. You can say it If you want to pass someone on a busy street, you can say it if you need help, but don't know the person's name. It's a friendly, safe way to start talking, and it works everywhere in the English-speaking world. Fourth phrase, I don't understand. Say it with me. I don't understand. Again, slowly, I don't understand. Remember, there is no shame in using this phrase. In fact, you should use it whenever you feel confused in a conversation. It is much better to say, I don't understand, than to stay silent and miss the chance to learn. When people hear you say it, they will repeat their words, or they will explain in a different way. Fifth phrase, can you help me, please? Say it with me. Can you help me, please? Again. Can you help me, please? This is a full, polite question. You can use it in many places. In the street if you are lost. In a store if you are looking for something. In a train station. In a restaurant. It shows respect, and it invites the person to listen and respond. People are often happy to help if you ask in a clear and polite way. Now let's practice using them together in a small dialogue. I will say both parts first. Then I will leave space for you to take one role. Here's the example. Me. How are you? Other person. I'm fine, thank you. Me. Excuse me. Other person. Yes? Me. Can you help me, please? Other person. Sure. What do you need? Me. I don't understand. Can you say that again? All right. Now let's do it together. I will be one person and you will be the other. You speak during the pause. Ready? How are you? Pause. I'm fine. Thank you. Pause. Excuse me. Pause. Can you help me, please? Pause. I don't understand. Pause. The more you practice like this, the more automatic these phrases will become. You will be able to use them without thinking too much, just like you can say your own name. When they are automatic, your brain has more space to listen, to understand, and to decide what to say next. Now I want to share 3 tips to help you make these phrases part of your daily life. Tip 1. Repeat every day. This might sound simple, but it is the foundation of learning. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. Say each phrase slowly, clearly, out loud, 5 or 10 times. This way, you hear your own voice in English. You get used to the sound, and it becomes part of you. Tip 2. Use them in real situations. The moment you have the chance, test them in the real world. Maybe you see a tourist in your city. Say, excuse me, or how are you, to start a small interaction. Maybe someone speaks to you in English online. Use I don't understand if you need them to repeat. Every real use will make the phrases feel more natural. Tip 3. Reduce the fear of mistakes. If you feel nervous, remember what we talked about earlier. Mistakes are not your enemy. Every time you speak, even with errors, you create a real connection. People remember your effort more than your mistakes. These 3 tips are not complicated. They do not need long explanations. They are like simple tools in your pocket. You take them with you, and you use them when needed. And with each use, you become better and better. So here's what I want you to do today. After you finish this lesson, choose one of the 5 phrases and use it at least once in conversation today. Doesn't matter if it is with a friend, a stranger, or even practicing with yourself out loud. Just use it. You will see how taking action changes how you feel about speaking. And before we finish here, I want to remind you that if you are enjoying these episodes and practicing along with me, your support makes a huge difference. Click the subscribe button right now and give this episode a like so you and I can keep improving your English together every week.